Hello, everybody. Looks like the gauge says it's empty. Let's take a walk into the kitchen and see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Mission Brewing. This is their peanut butter dark seas Imperial Stout with peanut butter. Sounds pretty damn tasty. I got this from the guys at Servall Liquors, Donovan and the guys out there in San Diego. Craftcity.com on the internet if you want to check them out and place an order. They'll package it up as long as your state allows them to send beers to your state. You can order some stuff that you probably can't get in your area from these guys out there. So, and that's what I do. And I got this one from them guys out there, or those guys out there. So, Donovan, thanks a bunch for sending this one out to me. I have had some stuff from Mission Brewing. They do send some stuff out here, but I've not seen this one. Of course, I don't get out to, they don't sell this at the grocery stores or anything like that locally here. But Martin and the guys out there at the Barrel Chest may have this. I haven't been out there in quite a while because I've got so many beers sent to me. There's no use me going out there and buy anything that I can't get into the refrigerator right now. So, Donovan, thanks a bunch for sending this to me. And I will tell you straight up, guys, I went to Beer Advocate and Rate Beer both and typed in the name, several different types, just typing in the brewery and trying to find it and typing in the name of the beer and could not find it. I'm sure somebody will send me a link saying, oh, here it is. Well, I'm not jumping through hoops, guys. When I type in Mission Brewery and look at all the beers they offer, then I type in the Dark Seas peanut butter, and doesn't return anything there, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I don't jump through hoops. The shit should be listed on their site. So, especially when it lists all the beers that Mission Brewery does and it's not listed there, you're out. So, Rate Beer and Beer Advocate on this particular beer are out. So, I'm on my own on this one. Untapped did have it listed, so we will go there for the final check-in after I give you my grade, and we'll see how close I am to that grade. I'm going to base my judgment on what's in this bottle and not what I've read or seen or done anything about. I couldn't tell you what the score was on Untapped because I didn't look at it. Once I typed it in and come back, I went on. I didn't read anything. I didn't check anything. But I will step over there real quick and see if it has IBUs. This is a 9.7% according to them, and this says it is 9.8. So even the information they have on the alcohol is wrong on Untapped. So, and for the 9.7 they're saying it's 75 IBUs. So, I don't drink a lot of peanut butter stouts. I have reviewed several different ones, and it seems like more and more breweries are doing this style of beer. It's not something I'd want to drink all the time, but it is a nice change up from a regular Imperial Stout or a Russian Imperial Stout, because I am a fan of peanut butter beers. I've done the Jaclaw, their Jesus beer, what is it called? Sweet Baby Jesus, I think is what it's called. And I've done the Terrapin version, their Liquid Bliss. It has chocolate and peanut butter brewed with it. I can't imagine brewing with peanut butter. I mean, that's got to be a big mess. It does. So I've never actually brewed a beer like this before myself. So I do enjoy these occasionally. So we're going to see what this one brings to the table here, guys. And like I said, Both of these are out, and since Beer Advocate doesn't have it listed, I can't go to the site to see what the food pairings are, so we're going to skip all that. So without any further ado, this is a peanut butter stout, and your stouts go well with your chocolate dishes, and since this is a peanut butter stout, I'm sure this is going to go well with your chocolate dishes. It would go well with any dessert. Any kind of chocolate dessert or peanut butter and chocolate dessert, it's going to go well with. This is more like a dessert beer, guys. Something you would have after your dinner, or something. This is a big bottle, 22 ouncer, you could share or whatever. So let's see what we get with this. And we're going to go down the center. Let's see what we do here down the center. Straight down the center, guys. About a finger of head on that pour over into the light. I'm getting none, and it's pitch black. Very reminiscent of what an Imperial Stout usually looks like. Not a lot of red ribbiness around the thin part of the glass. A pitch black Imperial Stout. Let's get a nose on it. I'm definitely getting hints of the chocolate and the peanut butter. The roasted malt. Maybe a slight hint of some coffee in there. Maybe some licorice. But I'm not getting a lot of dark fruit or anything on the nose because the chocolate and the peanut butter is probably masking that right now. It's right out of the fridge, so final beer of the evening for me. So let's put our lips to it. Let's get it on. Let's get it done. Thanks a bunch, Donovan. I do appreciate it. Let's see where this ends up. Got a nice aroma. It really does, guys. Now, if you don't like chocolate or peanut butter, this is probably not going to be your cup of tea, but I do like these occasionally, and it's not something I'd want to drink all the time. Cheers. Wow. The chocolate is there. The peanut butter is there. The roasted malt, almost to the burnt characteristics, is there. Rich roasted malt on this. They may even use some chocolate malt on this. Maybe some black patent. This particular one is not overly sweet. Now some of them have that big sweetness on the back end. This one does not. It's not overpowering with the chocolate and the peanut butter on this. Kind of subdued, but it's right out of the fridge. Now those flavors might come out a little more intense once it warms up. And that's definitely what I'm going to do. I'm going to step out on the deck and got a nice obsidian cigar that I was puffing on earlier, and I'm going to go out there and sip on this for a little bit and then continue puffing on that cigar. Because that cigar, any of the Maduro wrapped darker full body cigars goes well with your Imperial Stouts and stuff. Especially if you're a cigar smoker, which I am. So, yeah, seems to be very tasty. But like I said, I'm going to be pretty much on my own since Right Beer and Beer Advocate doesn't have this beer even listed anywhere. But like I said, I'm sure somebody's going to say, oh, here it is, and here's the link. Once I type in the beer name or the brewery name or both, it returns nothing. And if I even type in Mission Brewery, if you say brewing, it returns nothing. You go to a brewery, it'll return some of their beers. But this one's not even listed. I couldn't find it on either site. So, well, let me sip on for a little while, and we'll come back and do that final chug. Alright guys, I'm back. Got this a little left here. Looked at the bottle. There is no vintage or any kind of dating on the bottle. Evidently they've done this before, since this particular one is 9.8% and Untapped has it at 9.7%. So they've probably done this before, which tells me what's going on with Beer Advocate and Right Beer, which they don't have this beer listed if they've done it before. No rhyme or reason to that, guys. There is not. And like I said, somebody will probably say, oh, here it is, and they'll shoot me a link to wherever the site is. You shouldn't have to jump through hoops to find the freaking beer, guys. And when you go to Right Beer or Beer Advocate and you type in the brewery or the name of the beer or both, and it doesn't return anything. Or if you just type in the brewery and it lists all the beers that they do and it's not listed there, something's wrong. Something's wrong. But I would like to have some kind of vintage on there. If they're doing different versions of this, if they've done it last year and it was 9.7, this is a silk screen bottle, so they did this particular bottle for this year. Since Untapped has it at 9.7, they evidently done it before, and they printed those bottles up for that edition. So should have a vintage on it somewhere, guys. That's where I'm going with this. Not super critical on this style of beer, but we would like to know when it was done. Is this a 2015, 2016 version, or what? Like I said, it's not critical, but would like to know that in case you want to do a 2015 and a 2016 side by side. So that's where I'm going to leave that, guys. Like I said, Beer Advocate and Rank Beer is out on this one. They don't have anything listed at all. To me, guys, it's a very tasty beer. I don't think they did any lactose on this beer because it doesn't seem to be super sweet like a lot of the peanut butter chocolate beers are. This one is more of a bittersweet chocolate than a milk chocolate. So, but the peanut butter is there and the chocolate is there. Very tasty beer. Final chug. A great beer for the final beer of the evening. It is. It's a very tasty beer. But the peanut butter and the chocolate notes are not as big as they are in the Terrapin Liquid Bliss or the DeKalb Sweet Baby Jesus. Because I think they may have introduced some lactose in the brewing process and makes it just a little sweeter. And if you don't, because the yeast eats up all those sweet sugars up, and it makes it a little on the drier side and not quite as sweet as if you did lactose in it. So that's what I think about this beer. It is a very tasty beer, guys. To me, I'm not sure I would give it the A grade, but it is very damn close. If it had a vintage on it, I would have probably gave it an A minus. But it has no vintage, or we don't know exactly when it was put in the bottle. So to me, that weighs a little heavy on me. I would like to know that, especially if they had all this silk screening done on the bottle for this particular year's version, since the ABV says it's 9.8 and Untapped has it at 9.7. So evidently they've done it before, or somebody's got some information wrong somewhere. So not really sure. So with the information that I have on the bottle and what I'm seeing on Untapped, I'm going to give it to B+. It's a very tasty beer. I do think the Terrapin version and the DeKalb version is a little sweeter, and the peanut butter and the chocolate's a little more prevalent, but it is a tasty beer. B+ for me, a numeric rating on this one would be 88. So, and like I said, the Beer Advocate and Rank Beer is out of it on this one because they don't even have it listed. Untapped has it at 3.94, which is an A category to me. It's not quite to the 4, but their numbers are, I've never seen a 5 from these guys. 4.5, 4.55 is about the best numbers I've ever seen from them. So I don't know what it's going to take from those guys to actually give you a 5 rating. I guess everybody would have to say it's the best thing they ever had, and it's like sucking on a big titty. Or they're taking you in the back room and giving you oral sex or something. I don't know. So, and this is not that category. So it is tasty, but it's not world class. It is not. It's a nice change up from your typical Imperial Stout or Russian Imperial Stout, having the peanut butter and the chocolate brewed in this beer. It was tasty. So Donovan and the guys out there, I do appreciate it. It was a tasty beer, but not an A beer in my opinion, with what I'm tasting and the information I'm getting on the bottle. So if you had this one from Mission Brewing, this is their Peanut Butter Dark Seas. Let me know what you think. It was tasty. I enjoyed it. So let me know what you think if you've had it, and come on back tomorrow. Let's dig something out of that fridge. See you then. Maybe we'll get a 10 beer. Come on back tomorrow. We'll see.